I'm standing outside my local AMC getting ready to go see Lightyear. And I'm really excited for this film because I love the Toy Story franchise. It's my favorite of all the Pixar films, of all their franchises, with number 2 probably being my favorite, and the third one coming in second. There's just so much stuff I love about those films. But those will come maybe in a retro review or a ranking. Who knows? But yeah, when I first heard they were doing a Lightyear movie, I'm like, that's going to be interesting. I wonder what that's going to be like. Because you just didn't know, because it looked different than Toy Story. Then they got Chris Evans, is like, that's interesting. And then you find out, okay, it makes more sense when you realize this is the movie that Andy supposedly saw that made him want to get a Buzz Lightyear figure or toy. And that's just interesting. And the one thing the directors and the writers have said, which I appreciate that they did this, because it shows just how much of collectors they are or fans of stuff they are. Because people were asking, well, these characters don't show up in Toy Story, so why are they in the movie? And it's like, some toys are rarer than others. And that makes perfect sense, because collectors like me, we get that. But anyway, I admit the trailers were good, but I was getting sick and tired of them because they were before every single movie. But that didn't stop me from wanting to see this movie. So I have high expectations for this film. One, because I absolutely love Toy Story, like I said, and I love Buzz Lightyear. And two, because I've heard good reviews so far for it. And I'm hoping that it sticks the landing. I'm hoping that those reviews are proven to be true. And just the one thing that I find interesting also is that there's time travel involved in this film. And it's Chris Evans voicing Buzz. And he was Captain America, a man out of time. I just kind of find that funny. It was something mentioned once. Being a nerd, being a Marvel fan, it's just kind of funny. But anyway, I am really looking forward to this movie. I hope it's great. And apparently there's 3 post-credit scenes, which, interesting. So I'm going to get out of the hot sun because I am sweating very badly and I want to get into the air conditioning. And I will let you know when I come out what I think of this film. So let's go to infinity and beyond. So I just got out of Lightyear, and I have a lot to process. I mean, this movie's good. Like, this movie is very good. There is one aspect of the film that I'm still trying to kind of figure out exactly how I feel about. Because when it happened, I was kind of like, ugh. But then it's like, well, okay. The rest of it's fantastic. That one moment, okay. But starting off with the animation, it's Pixar. Like, what more do you want? What more do you expect? Pixar is one, if not the top animation studio out there. I'm sorry, but they do fantastic work. And the animation in this film is just so good. Everyone clearly was at the top of their games, from the environments to the suits to the characters to the robots, just to everything involved in this film. It looked fantastic. It was all there to serve the story. It was great to look at, like I said, and it never once felt out of place. I mean, clearly this was an alien world, but it also felt like a world that we as humans could relate to. And maybe somebody was suggesting at some point this is what our world could be. And it's not that great of a place, to be honest. But that's probably me diving too deep into it, especially after some other movies I've recently watched. But that being said, voice cast nailed it. Chris Evans, he's Buzz Lightyear. He was fantastic. Hearing him say lines that we knew Tim Allen had said in the original films, it all worked. Maybe once or twice it felt like, okay, they're throwing it in there because they know fans want it and they feel like they need to do it, but it doesn't exactly work. But for the most part, it was great, because I know I should have been focused on the story, and that's what I primarily should have been watching for, or just watching in general, along with the characters. But I couldn't help it. The fanboy in me that loves those Toy Story films was looking for those little isms. Whether it was how many times does he say to infinity and beyond, whether it was the look of the spaceship, whether it was when are we going to get to see Buzz fly, when are we going to get to see all these little aspects that are in the film, in Toy Story, in the figure, whatever. And there's all there. And I think another great thing they did with this story was they didn't reveal too much early on. They built up anticipation for certain things. If you love the Toy Story films and you're waiting for certain things to happen, then by the time they actually do, it is more fulfilling. I hate to admit it, but it is. Because you're like, okay, when's it going to happen? When's this going to happen? Yay! It's kind of like, as a Marvel fan, it's kind of like waiting to hear Avengers Assemble. But you don't have to wait 11 years to hear them say that line. You get that stuff eventually in this film. And that's great. That is what things should have been like. The characters, they're fantastic. I mean, like I said, Buzz is great. I love Chris Evans in the character. I feel like they're probably not going to do much more with Buzz. Who knows? Maybe if this movie does great, they'll do another film, which I would love. But what I mean is, I feel like they're not going to go the distance with Buzz that they have with other characters. For example, you have Tim Allen voicing him. You have Chris Evans voicing him. I forget who voiced him on the Buzz Lightyear Star Command animated TV show back in the day. But that's 3 different people voicing him. But then you have 5, 6 different Batmans. We have 3 different Spider-Mans in live action, and that's not including the voice actors. So I feel like Buzz is going to become one of those characters that multiple people would voice. They'll bring their own unique spin to it, but they'll always carry a baseline for the character. Chris Evans does a fantastic job. The rest of the voice cast, like I said, they're on par. They put feeling into it. They make you believe everything in this world is real. And then there's Zurg. Zurg looks fantastic. And the best thing I think they do with Zurg is they keep him in shadow. For most of the movie, he's in shadow. You never really get a clear shot of Zurg. You see different parts of him. You see the eyes glow. You see his handgun thing. It's not until it's his time to shine where you see all of Zurg in his evil glory. And I think that was really smart. Admittedly, again, I kind of didn't like it because I wanted to see Zurg. But it works. You know, the fan in me is like, I want to see this. But the moviegoer, the critic in me realizes that it works better this way. Speaking of Zurg, the fight scenes between Buzz and Zurg, which is not a spoiler because we know that was eventually going to happen, even if we didn't see all of them in the trailer. Spot on. I loved it. That's what I wanted to see from Buzz and Zurg. The animation really brings all of that out. And I'm sorry, the TV show was fun and just entertaining, and you did get to see Zurg and Buzz fight. But that was on a TV budget. Getting to see this animation, this CG work, and seeing Buzz and Zurg fight was fantastic. It is a good story. It's full of action. From the very beginning, there's action in the very beginning of this film. There's tons of callbacks to other sci-fi films, to other films just in general. It's just a great, fun time at the theater. I know I'm definitely going to go see it again. I want to take another look at it. And I want to try and watch it knowing certain things that I know now. And my one problem with it, seeing if I have a bigger issue with it the second time around as I did this time. But yeah, I definitely recommend go out and see this movie on the big screen. It's fantastic. If you have the chance to see it in 3D, sure. I thought it looked good, except for the fact that they didn't turn the 3D on properly right at the beginning. But anyway, right off the bat, I'd probably say I'd give this a ranking of, I'm going to say superhero, because this movie is just so good. It's so entertaining. But there are nitpicks I have right now. And that one point that I keep bringing up that I'm not going to reveal here because it's a spoiler, does bug me a little bit. There are 3 post-credit scenes. 2 are hilarious, and I think they're more just for fun. But the third one does kind of hint at other things. And the one post-credit scene is in the middle, so it's a mid-credit scene. There's one at the end, and then you guys stay past the Pixar logo, and there's another one there. So, what do you think? If you've checked Lightyear out already, am I on par? Did you like it? Did you not like it? If you haven't checked it out yet, or you weren't sure about it, has this review done anything to change your mind? Whatever your thoughts, comment down below. I'll have a more in-depth, full review coming very soon. Hopefully, I know I said that with Dominion, but more in-depth review to come. Hopefully, you enjoyed this review that I've given you. But don't forget to do the main things. Comment, like, and subscribe down below. And as always, remember, enjoy what you love, read what you love, and let's all work for a better fandom. I'll see you next time.